Hi, everyone. Well, there are just 2 weeks left in the semester, and the finish line is now in sight. Here are some reminders for week 14 of the Theories course. First, a reminder that there are no readings or lectures for this week. You can use this period as a study week to prepare for the final test next week. There is a practice test posted under this week's content for you to try in preparation for the final test. You can try it as many times as you like, take as long as you want to complete it, and your mark on the practice test is not recorded in the grade center. It's important to note that for the actual test, you only get one opportunity to complete it, and the test is 90 minutes. Second, this week we'll have an ad hoc synchronous session on Monday, April 13th at 5:30 p.m. to review key concepts for the test, and we'll do a couple of review activities. This session is optional and will be recorded if you can't attend. The final test will be held on Monday, April 20th at 5:30 and will run for 90 minutes. Please note attendance at this session is mandatory with cameras on. As you study for the test, it would be a good idea to thoroughly review the case study posted under week 14 prior to taking the test. All the questions on the final test will be based on this case study. It's important you review the case in advance so you don't use up the 90-minute period for the test just reading the case study for the first time. As you review the case study, you might also think about the different theories covered in the course and make notes on concepts you see reflected in the description. For example, you might think about the Holland codes and see if you can identify which ones are reflected for the client described in the case. You can consult these notes while you do the test since it is open book. Third, my apologies for the confusion over the due date for the final paper. Since there was conflicting information in some of the course materials, you have the option to submit your final paper either on Sunday, April 12th or the following weekend, April 19th. The final deadline will be midnight, Sunday, April the 19th. For those who've already submitted or will submit their paper this weekend, I'll begin marking and returning them later this week. I know you're all working very hard to finish off your courses. Keep up the momentum, and before you know it, you will cross the finish line and celebrate your success in completing the semester. As always, don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week.